Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're into stories that send a shiver down your spine, but in a way that just makes you think, then you're in for a treat today. We're diving into a narrative that's, well, a little unusual and definitely thought-provoking. Imagine this. Every single night, just as you're drifting off, a voice whispers your name. Not a loved one, not a dream, but something else. This isn't a spooky ghost story in the traditional sense, but more a psychological exploration of what it might be like to have an unseen presence so intimately aware of your very being. Our story centers around Alex, a perfectly ordinary guy living an ordinary life. Until the whispers began. At first it was just his name, a soft, almost ethereal sound just at the edge of his consciousness, right as sleep beckoned. He dismissed it, of course. Stress, an overactive imagination, perhaps he'd left the TV on. We all have those moments, right? Where our minds play tricks on us in the quiet hours. But then, it started to evolve. The voice didn't just whisper his name. It started to know things. Small things at first. Rough day at work, Alex? When he'd spent hours battling spreadsheets, or still thinking about that awkward coffee spill this morning? It was uncanny. It felt personal. And Alex naturally became increasingly unsettled. He tried everything. Sleeping with the lights on, loud music playing, even trying to stay awake just to avoid it. But the voice was persistent. A nightly companion, always there, always knowing. It wasn't menacing in its tone, never threatening, which was almost more disturbing. It was simply present, like an unseen confidant, or perhaps a cosmic observer. The real shift happened when the voice started echoing his thoughts, not just knowing what he did, but what he was thinking about doing. "Don't forget to call your sister tomorrow, Alex," it would whisper, just as he mentally reminded himself. Or, "That new project at work seems interesting, doesn't it?" This wasn't just eavesdropping. This was something far deeper. It felt like an intrusion, a blurring of the lines between his inner world and this external spectral presence. Alex started to question his own sanity, as anyone would. Was he cracking under pressure? Was this a symptom of something serious? He visited doctors, therapists. They offered theories, prescribed medications, but none of it stopped the voice. It continued its nightly ritual, a constant, gentle, yet utterly profound presence in his life. What would you do in Alex's shoes? How do you cope when your innermost thoughts are no longer private? For Alex, it became a strange kind of cohabitation. He couldn't fight it, couldn't escape it. So, he started to listen, not to respond, because the voice never seemed to expect a reply, but to simply acknowledge its presence. He began to notice patterns. The voice wasn't malicious. It never told him to do anything bad. In fact, sometimes it felt almost helpful. A gentle nudge of encouragement when he was feeling down, a reminder of a forgotten task, a shared observation about the beauty of a quiet moment. It was unsettling, yes, but also, in a very peculiar way, it became a part of his life's rhythm. It forced Alex to live with a heightened sense of awareness. If his thoughts were audible to this unseen entity, then perhaps he should be more mindful of them. It wasn't about censoring himself, but about truly understanding what occupied his mental space. What did he value? What truly mattered? The voice, in its strange, inexplicable way, had become an unwelcome yet ultimately insightful mirror to his own mind. He never found out who or what the voice was. Was it a manifestation of his subconscious? A glitch in the universe? An entity from another dimension? The story doesn't provide easy answers, and perhaps that's the point. It's a tale that nudges us to consider the boundaries of our own minds, the nature of consciousness, and what it means to be truly known. Sometimes the most chilling stories aren't about jump scares or overt threats, but about the slow, creeping realization that our perception of reality might be far more complex than we ever imagined. Alex's story reminds us that even in the most unsettling circumstances, there can be an unexpected journey of self-discovery. So, what do you think? If a voice whispered your name every night, knowing your every thought, how would you react? Would you be terrified? Intrigued? Or would you, like Alex, eventually find a way to live with the profound, unseen presence? Let us know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching and being a part of this thought-provoking journey with us today. If you enjoyed this kind of story, please hit that like button, share it with a friend who loves a good mystery, and definitely subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on our next captivating narrative. Your support means the world to us. We'll see you in the next one.